What if I told you there's a stranger living inside you? A hidden version of you, driving your choices, sabotaging your relationships, and whispering doubts into your darkest moments, without you even knowing. This isn't science fiction. This is Carl Jung's shadow self, and if you ignore it, it will steer your life like a puppet master. You'll call it fate, bad luck, or just how things are. But Jung's warning is clear. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life. So who's really in control here? You or the shadow you refuse to see? Let's break this down. Jung's shadow self isn't some monster under the bed. It's the parts of you society told you to hide. Your rage, jealousy, selfishness, even your wildest desires. Think of it as a psychological basement where you've shoved every trait deemed unacceptable since childhood. But here's the problem. The basement door isn't locked. The shadow doesn't vanish. It leaks out. Ever snapped at a loved one and thought, why did I do that? Or self-sabotaged a dream you thought you wanted? That's your shadow, hijacking the wheel. And when you don't face it, it grows stronger, fueled by your denial. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You cannot heal what you refuse to name. The shadow thrives in silence. It's the insecurity that makes you people please, the envy that poisons friendships, the repressed anger that turns into chronic anxiety. Jung called this the price of admission to being human. But here's the twist. The shadow isn't evil. It's just hungry for acknowledgement. Ignore it and it'll scream louder. Failed relationships, addictions, cycles of guilt. But face it, that's where your power begins. So how do we drag this hidden self into the light? First, get brutally honest. Start a journal. When you feel shame or judgment toward others, ask, what part of me am I seeing in them? That coworker who annoys you? Maybe they mirror your own repressed laziness or arrogance. Second, talk to it. Sounds wild, but sit in silence and ask your shadow, what do you need me to know? You might uncover buried trauma or gifts, like creativity or courage. Finally, stop judging what arises. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. Integrate it, and you unlock wholeness, confidence, compassion, and the courage to stop blaming fate for your life. Jung once said, the gold is in the dark. Your shadow isn't a flaw, it's a map to your fullest self. So dare to ask, what if your deepest wounds hold the key to your purpose? What if your darkness is just light waiting to be named? The journey isn't easy, it'll terrify you. But on the other side, you won't just know yourself, you'll reclaim yourself. No more autopilot, no more blaming fate, because you, not your shadow, will finally hold the pen and write a life that's unapologetically yours.